Doesn't that look good? Yay! I really do hope that you guys go make it. Yay, it's so good! Hello everybody, I'm Darlene and I would like to welcome you to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making another good meal. This meal is one of my main dishes, and I think that you guys will really like it. This is my baked Italian sausage with carrots and potatoes. It's a good filling dish, and it's easy to make. It does have simple ingredients. It does take a little bit of time because we will be peeling carrots and potatoes, but other than that, this is a really easy dish, and I think that you guys will like it. I hope you do. And to all of my viewers and subscribers, I'd really like to shout out and thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. And any of you new people that are just now checking out my video, I hope that you like it, and I hope that you'll come back and watch some of my other videos on my channel and subscribe. That'd be wonderful. So the ingredients that we need today are, I have some red potatoes. This is a 3-pound bag, and I have about 2 or maybe a little bit more pounds of carrots. Oops. 1 onion, and then I have my I'm using vegetable oil today, and some garlic salt. If you have some fresh garlic, you can do that. Use that. I also have some Italian seasoning, some seasoned salt, some pepper, and then, of course, we have our Italian sausage. Mine's a mild, but these are really easy to work with, and they're really good. This meal, this works really well together, and I think that you guys will like it. So let's get started. Okay, everybody. So I wanted to show everybody what the Italian sausage, it's links, and I have 5 of them in here, and that's what they look like. I have the Johnsonville Italian sausage, the mild ones, and just in case anybody had never seen what that looks like. So, and when I open them up, I'll show it to you again. So, okay. So I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way so we can get busy. Whoops. And I'm going to stop the camera, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take these out of my bag, put them in the sink, and wash them off real good. And I will be right back. These are my red potatoes. I have 3 pounds. I'll be back. Okay, everybody, so I have washed my potatoes off. Now, I do actually wash mine really good, and I do it with a little bit of soap. I do it because I don't want, whether you buy them from the store or you get them from a garden, you don't want dirt, chemicals, you don't want gritty anything or insects. You don't want anything on your stuff. I wash mine off, and then I rinse them really, really good. So, but for people that don't know, you can get what they call eyes. That's called an eye. It's really the root that comes out of the potato. If you get these, mine has several, and I just had to kind of push them off, just break them off. The root part, that's all you got to do, okay? You just take it and brush it off, push it off. But when we go to cut them up, it'll be easier to sometimes get to some of those spots that have the root on it. So when we cut them up, I'll cut part of that off, and I'll show y'all. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get my meat, this Italian sausage, started. So, let me get this. Okay. Now I'm just going to brown this a little bit. I'm going to braise it. Get my knife. Now with our Johnson's, my Italian sausage, see, it's just several pieces. There's several pieces there in this container. And I'm going to put a little bit of oil in my pan, about 2 tablespoons, around 2 tablespoons of my vegetable oil. And I'm going to turn this on low, medium low. Now, you don't really have to brown or braise the sausage first. You can just put it in the oven, but this dish is going to take a little while in the oven, and I want all of it to cook thoroughly. And when I cook pork, I really like my pork to be really cooked well. So for me, I like to brown it. It's just going to brown the outside of it. It'll braise it, and then it'll hold in the flavor and the juices. It'll hold the juices in whenever I put it in the oven. So I just want the outside browned a little bit and braised. So let me get a fork. Put this in here. Coat my pan real well. Okay, and I'll just wash my hands. Okay, and that is on medium low. Medium low. Since I did touch it and I'm about to touch on my vegetables, I definitely wanted to wash my hands because that is meat, and after handling meat, especially pork, it is a good idea to wash your hands. Always a good idea after you handle meat to wash your hands. Okay, so now I have my potatoes where they're washed and ready. And I have to work on my carrots. Okay. And let that just slowly, it's going to slowly get warm. It's not going to cook real fast. I want it to do it slow. So I do have to peel my carrots. I've already taken the tops and bottoms of them off. And what I like to do, I'll just get a bag and put it on the outside of my cutting board. And then when I'm doing my carrots, this is something I do. It's just to kind of help let that bag catch the scraps like that, instead of going everywhere and making a big mess. And some of them will still fly. I've had some people tell me they didn't know that you needed to peel your carrots. Now, you do not need to peel the ones that you get at the store that are in the little bags that are called little baby carrots. You don't have to peel those. And of course you can buy shredded carrots at the store. But when you buy a big bag of carrots, that outside you need to peel off. It needs peeled. You get a potato peeler, carrot peeler. Works the same. And that's all you do. It's pretty easy. It takes a little time whenever you have a lot of carrots. Carrots are easy though. They don't take long like potatoes. So now I do have quite a bit of the carrots to do today. The potatoes, I like the red potatoes. I do not peel my red potatoes. I only peel the Idaho, the brown potatoes, or the russet. Get them nice and cleaned up. Just get them cleaned up. So I've got some of them already done. So I can stop the camera and work on the rest of these carrots. Just a second. And my burner is going really slow. It's just starting to get warm. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. But we are just braising those sausage things. My family and I really like to eat a lot of potatoes and carrots. They're filling and they're healthy for you. And they're root vegetables. If you've ever heard of that, root vegetables. They're filling and delicious. The meat's just starting to get brown a little bit. I have it turned down. I don't want it to cook too fast. So I have a few more carrots and I'm going to finish that off camera and I'll be right back. Okay y'all, so I got all my carrots peeled and right here I've got all my scraps. When I'm doing my carrots, just push it in the bag. Get it off my cutting board. If I was going to do peel potatoes, I would do that now, but I'm not peeling the red potatoes. So then just pick that up. Voila! It's in the trash, ready for the trash. It's not a big old mess, okay? Not a big old mess. So, my carrots, I'm going to get a few together. And I've already taken the ends off of my carrots. I did that earlier. So right now, well actually I'm going to cut my, I'm going to cut them in big chunks. Instead of slices, they're going to be in big chunks. So actually I'm going to do them about like this size. I'll show y'all. And they are going to be, oops, about like that. Okay? Now some of the big ones I will cut in half. Like that. Okay? About like that. That's what we're going to do today. Cut that bacon in half. There's a bigger one. Go ahead and put them in here. When I slice them like this, it doesn't take long at all. This is easy. Got a couple together. Just cut the big ones down the middle. Have to wait on the meat anyway. To brown. seemed like so much carrots. Now it doesn't. That's why I wanted to do that many carrots. There we go. That's all the carrots. So it seems like it takes a long time, but it really doesn't. That's all the carrots. And okay, just kind of like that. Just kind of whatever bite-sized pieces you want. Sometimes it's nice to have some big pieces in this meal. I like them to be big pieces. So I have that there. And let me go ahead and start my onion. I always do onions. We like onions. My family and I, they're good for you. And I cut off the top and the bottom, and then I get this, I call it paper, the skin of the onion. And just, if you get a hold of it, you can just kind of rip it right off. Just rip that right off. And sometimes it don't. You have to work at it. Anyway, now once I get that all off, sometimes it seems like it has another layer. You might want to take it off. And sometimes it has this real thin film you'll want to take off. So I'm going to throw all this here away. All of this. And I'm going to rinse my onion off. Okay? And then I always dry it. I rinse it and dry it because it makes it to where it's not slippery. I can hold on to it better and cut it up better. It works so much easier. Okay, so now I'm going to cut these into some big pieces because I want them to cook. I don't want them to cook too fast. My carrots are thick and hard. Potatoes actually don't cook, they don't take as long to cook as carrots do, and neither do onions. So, but the carrots, that's why I needed to slice my carrots up a little bit more so they weren't too terribly fat. I cut this in half from the top to the bottom, lay it down on its side like that. So that's the top and bottom. Now I'm just going to slice it in big chunks. Just like so. That's like this. They fall apart like this right here. If you can see this, see, they're big. They're kind of fat, like that. Guess y'all can see. I hope y'all can see. Maybe not on that white thing. So they're big pieces. And now when I put them in my dish, these are big pieces. I mean, they all come apart. Big pieces like that. So all of these together right now, they're together, but as they fall apart, they come apart into big pieces, kind of like that. So what I will do is take them, hold them apart, and put them in my bowl. I'm thinking this is the only area you guys can see. So I'm going to try to see if this needs turned now. Yeah, okay. Let me show y'all this. Okay, so This is very opaque because of the skin that's on the outside of the sausage. Now when I turn this over, I hope you guys can see that, it's starting to brown. A beautiful brown. This is going to hold the juices inside of our sausage when we put it in the oven. It's not going to cook. I'm not going to cook it all the way on the stove. It's just going to get these brown the outside, braise. It's going to braise it. So I can turn these over so that that side can cook and brown. It's in that little bit of oil, just a little bit. I put 2 tablespoons, maybe 3. No, it's about 2. And we're going to put it back on the stove. It's still on medium-low because we don't want it to cook real fast. You want it to braise slowly. So, okay, we'll go ahead and take these onions, get these torn into some smaller pieces so they'll be ready. Sometimes they'll fall apart on their own when they're cut like that. Other times you just gotta pull them apart. So I didn't have to do a whole lot of onion, cutting it all up into little pieces, and it gets to my eyes when I do that. That's big pieces, big skinny ones. Some people like to keep the onions all the way together, but I like them to be in other pieces and kind of spread out throughout my dish. Just come right apart, pretty much. That's starting to really smell good, and I'm hungry. That is smelling good. Okay, that one onion, quite a bit for that little bowl. I thought that would fit in. It's because I didn't chop it into little pieces. Okay, so these are browning. My onions and my carrots are ready. Okay, we're going to work on the potatoes. Now, with my potatoes, I want to make them, you know, I'm looking at the size of the carrots, and I don't want them to be too little, but then again, you don't want them to be too big. So I'll kind of show you how I do it. Now, I'm just going to cut this in half, makes it easier to start, and just kind of cut it in some pieces because I want to cut off some of these eyes that I was telling everybody about. The root part, little roots and stuff that stick up out of your potatoes, especially the red potatoes if they've been sitting for a little bit. So I don't want to waste any of it. So I'm just going to kind of just cut that little bit out. It's just part of the skin. Just cut that little bit off where the eyes are. Let's see, the size I want to make it. Okay, I think I'll make these about this size. Kind of like that. See? Kind of a bigger chunk of potato. Okay? That's what I'm going to do today. And then I'll just put them back inside of here. Lay that down. Okay, kind of like that. You can make them smaller or bigger. It's really kind of up to y'all. But I think this will be pretty good. Maybe this one. So anyway, it's about like that for mine. The sausage is trying to pop, and I glance at it to see if there's any more of those eyes that I want to cut off. So that looks pretty good. Just look at it. I just don't like the eyes on it. I don't like the root. It's tough. I don't want to eat it. I do like the skin on the potato. The skin is very healthy for you. And the red potatoes are actually healthier than the Idaho or the russet. So, yeah, I like that. These are doing wonderful, and they're not cooking too fast because I do have it on that medium low. Medium low. See? Spots that just don't look good to you, go ahead and cut them off. Sausage is cooking really good. I can hear it. You hear it sizzling? It's sizzling. So what I'm going to try to do now, since this sausage is cooking pretty good, I'm going to see the way that it's shaped and all. I have to try to make it stand on its side now, like that. That's kind of difficult. But that's what I'm going to try to do. I want it to stand up on its side, on the back, and it's hard to do. Let's see. Okay. See if I can get a hold of them, make them stand up. I may have to grab another utensil. Stand up. I have to use two forks to do it. Okay. Because the outsides are browning. Both the sides are browning, but I want the other sides to brown. So, what I did was use 2 forks and made them stand up like that. Hope y'all can see it. So that the bottom part will brown. And then we're going to try to get this top part up here to brown a little bit too. So I had to try to stand them up like that. And still on medium low, right there in the middle. Okay, I think you guys can see it. Most of our potatoes and carrots ready. I'm working on the last few. Anytime that I'm in doubt of cutting it too not enough, I just go ahead and cut it up. I just go ahead and cut them up. One more. Alright, so yeah. You might be able to see it better on my board. Usually y'all can. So, I got most of the eyes pieces that I had on my potatoes. Now your potatoes don't always have a lot of eyes. Okay, these red ones sat for a little bit, and when they do that, they kind of grow. It's like they grow eyes. They grow the roots. Okay, so, and if they do that, you want to cut them off. So, got that done. You have the onions done and the carrots done. Everything's done. Now I'm just waiting on this to finish browning. So I'm going to turn my oven on to 425. I think. 425. And these are just browning, doing what they need to do. I go ahead and put my cutting board in the sink because you need to wash it off, rinse it off fairly soon or it changes color. And I have a very sharp knife here, so I always rinse it off. Your cutting boards change color quickly when they get the juices of the food all in them. I wash mine with soap. Wash it real good. Always good to do. And I do clean as I go. And it helps later, you know. So, it just really helps to kind of clean as you go. And this is a very easy dish. This is wonderful. Now, all we're going to do is I'm going to spray this dish, my casserole dish. And I always do it over the sink because aerosol goes in the air, it's greasy. I like to do it right here at my sink so I can wipe it up real quick. Easy. Okay. That's done. It's ready. So now I'm going to rinse these potatoes off, okay? Potatoes change color after you cut them up. They'll get brown, they get yucky looking. Anyway, I always rinse them off. So rinse them, I'm going to rinse them real good under the water and drain them. Drop one in the sink, so I rinse it off. There we go. Carrots do not have to be rinsed. Okay. Oh, these are doing great. Okay. So, see now that outside part got browned, what was on the bottom. So now the only thing we got to do is try to turn it over this way and make it stand up. That way now. So you just have to turn them a little bit and work with them. That's what I do. Now some people can skip this part and just put them in the oven if you like. You can do that. But I like pork to be cooked thoroughly. And to me, the inside is not, not done when I do this. Or if I just cooked them in the oven, I want to make sure they're thoroughly cooked. And different people feel differently about pork. I like pork as long as it's cooked pretty good, pretty well. Okay. So I just tried to make it stand up now on that other, where the round, oops, they fell over. But these don't have to cook very much longer. I just want that other part to brown on the curved part now. Having trouble with it. Okay. Let me bring my camera so I can show you guys. Okay, y'all. So what I wanted you to see was how I had to stand them up on the sides like that. Whoops. To make sure that that inside part got a little bit browned. See? It's working. It's working. See, it's got a little bit of brown all over it. This is not done, y'all. Inside of it is not done. It will finish baking in the oven. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. Now, I like the brown. I like the taste of it like this. I like the outside to get a little bit crunchy and cooked and make sure it's totally done like that for me. And other people will just put it in the pan and in the oven and let it brown. It takes a while to do that, but you don't always know that the inside is thoroughly cooked that way. So that's something that you guys will have to think about which way you wish to cook it, to bake it. I like to do this first. And when you do this here on the outside of it, it holds in the juices. So when I put it in here with the vegetables and stuff, the outside of it's going to hold in the juice while it continues to bake. Okay, and that's still on medium low. And we're almost done with that part. Okay? Okay, so now I have my carrots, and I'm going to drain out a little bit more water if I can. Okay. So you can hear these sizzling. It's on medium low though. Okay, my oven is set at 425. It's getting hot. I have me a big bowl here, and I'm going to put my potatoes in here and my carrots, and I'm going to start putting some oil in here. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to put about 1/4 cup. Cup oil in here. Now you can use olive oil if you want to. I don't put it in this one. I like to get that flavor into here. So that's 1/4 cup so far. I might put some more. I don't remember. And big spoon. Big spoon. You can use your hands if you want to. I want to get this oil all over my carrots and potatoes, okay? Get that oil all over it. And coat. You want to coat your carrots and your potatoes with the oil. That's pretty good. Okay. Well, I didn't need to use any more oil. It looks like the perfect amount of oil. I used the 1/4 cup of oil, and that looks perfect. They're coated very well. I'm going to get my spices up here. And my pepper. So I'm going to start putting some garlic salt. I normally shake it in, but I will measure it for y'all. Let's see if I can figure it out. Teaspoon. Yeah, I like garlic, okay? So I'm going to use, it looks like a lot. Maybe I'll do it smaller. A half. I'll put a half to start. A half a teaspoon. I may put more. 1/2 teaspoon of my garlic salt. Garlic salt. Half a teaspoon. Okay, I'm putting 2. So 1/2 teaspoon. It will be 1 teaspoon. Okay. I want plenty on it. For me. For mine. 1 teaspoon of garlic salt is what I did. Now, I'm going to use my Italian seasoning. Like I say, I usually shake it in, y'all. And I'll do the same thing. This is going to be 1 teaspoon, I know. 1 teaspoon level Italian seasoning. Okay? And 1 teaspoon, I'll just make it simple, 1 teaspoon seasoned salt. So it's 1 teaspoon of each. And it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. Okay. 1 teaspoon seasoned salt. Okay. So it's 1 teaspoon of each. Get my lids on so they don't get spilled. I don't want that. I don't want to spill them. Okay, and my pepper, black pepper. And that one is going to be 1/2 teaspoon. Okay? 1/2 teaspoon. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. And get that stirred up. Check on these. Oh, they're perfect too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect. Yay! I love it when things are right. They turn out right. So just get this stirred up real good. Get that oil and all the spices coating all your vegetables. Yeah. That's coating pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put my onions in here now. Now my onions look like they could use some more oil. Maybe I might need to put them in another bowl. I think I'm going to do them in here first because I want them to get coated a little bit. So my onions aren't going to need as much. I'll put 1. I'll put 2 because I want them to get coated. 2 tablespoons of oil in with my onions. Just stir it up. Coated pretty good. If you don't like onions, you don't have to put onions in your dish. I put onions in almost everything. They're healthy for you. We love them. We love them. I do. We like this. We like garlic. I like all kinds of vegetables now. I do. So I'm going to pour that in there. Sausage smells so good, and when I get this in the oven, it's going to be great. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off the burner, because I know they're done. They're done. And they were cooking on medium-low that whole time. If you feel like you're cooking them too fast, then turn the heat down to low. If it takes you a while to cut up your potatoes and carrots and stuff. So, or you can just fix this and then brown them. You know, I'm trying to do it all at one time too, so that the video isn't so long. Plus, so you can do this and get it done quicker and get it in the oven. This wasn't hard work, was it? This was easy to do. It just took a little time to cut up stuff and fix it. And then when we put it in the oven, clean up a little bit, and we're done. We're done. This is an easy dish. Wonderful recipe. I'm just getting the onions and spices all mixed in good. It's gonna be great, y'all. And we're ready. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in my pan here. Put it in here. Now, when you go to do this, it really helps to have a big bowl and a good strong big spoon for mixing it all up like that. Okay. So. Kind of level it out, spread everything out whatever way you want. That was 3 pounds of potatoes and at least 2 pounds of carrots. Look at that. See, it fills it up. So that was the perfect amount if you want to fill up a big casserole dish, 9 by 13. If you want to do like the square 9 by 9, 8 by 8, 9 by 9 square dish, you of course could 2 pounds of potatoes and 1 pound of carrots. So if you just want to make a little bit, cut that in half, a smaller bag, whatever. But the amount that I did is perfect. Perfect. Love it. And I like to make a lot when I make something, most of the time. So now what I'm going to do is put our wonderful, look at that, these are wonderful. Parts of them are golden, other parts are darker. That's okay. That's the good flavor too. It's going to have good flavor. And I'm going to put lay these in here, because they're still real tender inside. These are not cooked all the way through, okay? They're the way I like them. And I hope you guys do. But like I say, I do that with pork. I do want my pork to be cooked thoroughly. Now, I'm going to cover this with metal wrap, and we're going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to check it off and on, and I'll let you guys know exactly how long it takes to bake. This is going to be great, y'all. Y'all are going to love this. This is a wonderful vegetable meat, a good hearty meal. Yeah, yeah. So let me get this covered with some metal wrap. I'm going to have to do two sides like this to cover mine because my wrap is real skinny. So I'm having to use two small ones on it, which means I made sure that it's going to go over half of it. So what I'm going to do is put the two edges together a little bit. See if I can fold them over and make it hold on to itself. Okay. So I had to make it longer. So now I can put it on there. Now, always put the dull side next to your food. Never put the shiny side next to your food. Only the dull side. Okay, so it's going to go in the oven. The oven is set at 425 degrees. I'm going to put it in, and I'll check it once in a while, and I will let you know exactly how long it takes. It's going to smell so good. It's going to smell so good cooking. My house will smell great. So anyway, I'll be back. Yeah, okay. All right, 425. All right. It's going to be wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Okay, so I'll check it every once in a while, and I'll let y'all know how long it takes. It's going to make my whole house smell great. I'm already hungry. So I'll be back in a little bit. All right. Yum. Okay. Done. All right. Oh, it smells good. It smells so good. Make sure that's recording. Okay. Okay. So. Ooh, look at that steam. That's hot, y'all. It's hot. Ooh. I use a fork, slicing the sides so you don't burn yourself. Woohoo! Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So I can stick my fork down in here. It's yeah. It's what they call fork tender, where you can put it down in here and it whoops, broken half. If your potato is tender enough to get your potato down it, to get your fork in it, and it practically slides off. Some of these are more. Nice and tender. Perfect. Carrot. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Oh yeah, that's good. Oops. Oh yeah. Oh, that's gonna be good. Steamy. So I'm gonna bring the camera over here so you guys can see this, or I'm gonna bring it there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the steam. The carrots and potatoes are cooked perfectly. They're tender. And the our Italian sausage, it's wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, it's holding in the juices because I cooked it like I did on this in the skillet. And yeah. So the potatoes and carrots have their own, like, juices inside, and they help to, when they cook, the steam comes out of them and kind of helps to cook the sausage as well, and gives it, that's where you end up with all the steam. So the moisture from your carrots and potatoes and from the sausage. This is going to be great. Now, I baked this at 425 for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay? And now it does depend a little bit on the size of your potatoes and the thickness of your carrots. But you'll bake it for at least an hour, and you can check it, and just put your fork in it and see if the potatoes or carrots are tender enough. If they're not, put them back in the oven. But I cut mine kind of bigger, and I have some big chunks of carrots and big chunks of potatoes. So I baked mine for 1 hour and 15 minutes at 425. And so you can call this baked or roasted, but either way, I had the aluminum foil on it to hold in the moisture. I wanted that. I like that. And yeah, and that way our sausage will be tender. Yeah. Love it, love it, love it. Now I'm going to have to let this cool. It's pretty hot before I can taste it. And this is going to be wonderful. This is going to be wonderful. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Yay. I'm so proud. Yay. I love it when a good dish turns out perfect, So this will be so good. Yeah, I'll come back. I'll say my prayer and make me a plate and let y'all know how good it is. So I'll be right back in just a little bit, about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. Yes. I'm very, very pleased. I'll turn my oven off. Thumbs up. Okay. Let that cook for just a moment. Cool. Let it cool for a moment. Yeah. I'll be right back. Okay, I get to eat this. There we go. Look at that. Yay! Yay! I hope the camera shows it good. This is so good. Yay! I hope you guys gonna make you some. I really do. Yay, it's so good. Yay. Doesn't that look good? Yay. I really do hope that you guys go make it. Make you some. Yeah. So I'm gonna make me a plate. Make me a plate. Oh, this is good. This is good. I love carrots and potatoes now. Sure do. Big old piece of onion. I almost can't see the onions. They're big though. Oh my. My, my, my. My. Yum. Okay, that's good. Look at that. Look at that. Yum. That's mine. I get to eat that. Yum. Alright, so, our Father in heaven, I want to thank you for helping me to make another good dish. Thank you, Father, for having your angels all around us and protecting us. Thank you for keeping evil far away from us. Thank you for blessing us and taking care of us. Thank you for helping us to prosper in all good things. Thank you, Father, for your Son. Thank you for your love and everything you do for us. Thank you for your protection. Father, I ask you to bless this food and help it to nourish my body and anybody else that makes it. And be with everybody, Father. I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, Father. Okay. Now, get me some. I'll use this one. Woohoo! I get this. I'm going for a carrot. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. I love vegetables. Now your potatoes and your carrots go perfectly, excuse me, with this sausage, this Italian sausage. Baked like this is wonderful. You have a whole lot. I mean, it depends on how much you put on your plate. Now normally, like a little later we'll eat, but right now I'll eat this part, but I usually put some green beans and some bread or something, like if you're doing it for dinner. So you could have some greens with it. Green beans, peas, a salad, mixed greens. Any of those would go wonderful. Just, you know, on your plate with this. And it's a wonderful dish. So you could do this in the oven and let it bake and stuff while you're doing something else. Open up a couple of cans of green beans or some frozen ones, and or a can of mixed greens, something. It's simple and it's not real complicated. So yeah, I hope that you guys try this meal. I really do. Give me a potato. So good. Now I did use the red potatoes in here, and I think the red potatoes take a little bit longer to cook, to bake, but I like the red ones with the peeling on in this recipe. If I was going to use the brown potatoes, the russet or the Idaho potatoes, I would probably have peeled the potatoes and then cut them up. And they work really well also. But I do believe that they bake faster. So if you're in a hurry, you might want to do the white potatoes, but you will have to peel them. Well, I mean, that's up to you. I scrub the peeling. If I'm going to eat the peeling, then I scrub it. Otherwise, I peel it. But it's good to be able to eat the peeling, because the peeling, the skin on there, that has a lot of good vitamins in it for you. It's got a lot of vitamins and minerals, and it's healthy for you. But it's good to clean it good first. So If you scrub it with a sponge or the sharp, the green part of a sponge or something, use a clean one, and you can use a little bit of soap. But if you do, make sure you rinse it really, really well. You don't want to be eating soap. Rinse it really, really well. I do clean and scrub with soap a lot of my vegetables. I just like them clean. Anyway, but rinse them. Just rinse them really, really good if you do use soap. If you don't, just at least if you're scrubbing them with water, that helps to get them cleaned up a little bit. But the peeling is really good for you on either potatoes, the red ones or the Idaho brown ones, Idaho or russet. But that's up to you. But I do believe that those bake faster than the red ones, I think. I did cut these kind of bigger, so it really depends on how big you cut them too. Yeah. Onion. Carrot. Now, I like the way that when I did put it in the bowl with all the oil, mixed up all the vegetables and stuff with the oil and got them coated real well before I put them in the pan. You can bake them without doing that. You don't have to coat them in the oil, but it's good for this dish. And with the spices and stuff, the spices stick to it better, and it gives it a really good flavor, like this. So it's really good. I'm gonna cut me up a piece of this meat. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Look at that. So, look at that. That is wonderful. It's wonderful. I hope y'all can see it. Very good. Very good. And it's still tender too. It's very good. I do cook my pork longer than a lot of people, okay? So if you like your it just depends on how much you like your meat to be cooked, especially the pork. So you can do it for an hour if you like, or less. You check your food when you're cooking it, the meat. If your potatoes are done, that's great. Go ahead and take it out of the oven. And like I said, this meat, I cooked it on the stove. If you don't want to cook it on the stove and you put it in this pan, then don't cover it, okay? So if you put it in here and just lay the meat on here and let them roast, do not cover it, okay? Or you can cook it like I did and go ahead and cover it. So both ways will be good. You can try it either way and decide which way you like it best. The amount of spices that I put on it's perfect too. Very good. This is very good. I'm so grateful that you guys watched with me. I hope that you've liked it. I hope that maybe I taught you a little something that helps out some way. You can do things so many different ways. And that's what I tried to tell y'all. So you can cook that meat in that skillet like I did, and then bake it like I did, roast it. I actually called that bake, but if you did not cover it, then it's more considered roast, especially if you just put the meat on here and roast it. Just put it in the oven, and it'll be really good that way too. And I'll probably put out a video of that sometime to show y'all exactly how that turns out. And but this way, I baked mine for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you liked the video. I hope that you try making this. And I really do appreciate your time. And enjoy. I hope you enjoy. So if you like this video, then please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Tell me if you're going to try it. And tell me which way you decided to do the sausage. Which way you decided to cook it. And or how long you baked yours for, or whatever. Just, I hope that you try it. I hope you like it. And I hope that you check out all my other videos. I have all kinds of videos, from main dishes to soups, salads, vegetables, casseroles, pies, cakes. I'm putting out all kinds of good stuff. So I hope you try, hope you check it out. And I hope that you subscribe. That'd be wonderful. So, and then you won't miss anything. I try to put stuff out every week. I'll put something out every week, if not a couple. And I hope you like it. Thank you so very much. So, as always, bye. Doesn't that look good? Yay! I really do hope that you guys go make it. This is so good.